Hello, and welcome to a vineyard in Lower Austria. My name is Ken, and I would just like to share with you a short message from the Bible, from something that Jesus himself taught, speaking about the vine and the branches. Because he is the vine, we are the branches. We need to rest in him, abide in him. As he said in John chapter 15, it's in the New Testament, John chapter 15, verse 5, I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me, and I in him, bears much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. And as you can see here, it's still early spring. Nothing has truly sprung to life yet, but we know that soon these branches will bring forth fruit. In this case, of course, a lot of grapes. And hopefully, I'll get to show you that later on this year. But for now, these branches need to abide in the vine. They're very well cared for. I'm pretty sure they will stay and not be ruined by a storm or anything. But as long as they simply abide in the vine, stay connected to their source of life, of course, they will bring forth fruit. It would only be as if they truly broke away, like this one I found in the ground a moment ago. If they break away, then of course, there will be no life coming forth from this branch anymore. So hopefully that's not the case with you. Hopefully there will be fruit from your life, from my life, as we abide in Jesus. What does that mean? It means staying connected to God through prayer, by reading the Bible even every day. It's not something crazy to do. It's not fanatic or extreme. It's just simply being faithful to Jesus and recognizing that we need him as our source of life, our source of encouragement and peace for our heart. And then we will bear fruit. God will use us to bless others. There will be joy in our life, just like he talks about shortly after that. From John chapter 15, the same passage. In John chapter 15, verses 10, 11, 12, and 13 says, if you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy may be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another, as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. And so you see, it's very clear, it is not just a one-time prayer in following Jesus, and then just carry on in your life and everything will be fine. No, we are meant to continue to abide in him, rest in Jesus, stay connected to him, be faithful to him, just as he is so faithful to us. Jesus calls us to walk with him, as I read, to keep his commandments and to stay faithful. And then his joy will remain in us. It is not a joy that we can create ourselves. It is his joy. It says in John 15, verse 11, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy may be full. There's always going to be temptation and thoughts that we can find joy in other things that are often actually not helpful for us at all. Drugs, alcohol, escaping into even just film after film, movie after movie to find entertainment and somehow a type of joy, but it's just a false joy to escape from the realities of life. But Jesus is there for us. His peace, his joy is there for us if we just trust in him, turn to him, and pray to him, read his word. There will be a joy in our hearts that is deeper and better than anything the world can offer. Some of those examples I mentioned are, of course, obviously harmful, but still a temptation for many people, right? Some things may not be seemingly so bad, a movie or two, but if it becomes a type of escape that we need to get away from everything in order to try to find peace, it's really not going to be helpful or a real solution. So I hope that if you're one of the refugees that we're trying to help in Traiskirchen, that you can take the time, as you probably have a lot of time to wait for answers from Austria, that you can take this time to read God's Word and be encouraged by it, and not just let the time slip through your fingers, but to know Jesus more, to know God more by reading His Word. There's really nothing more valuable than that. And this could be a very special time in your life, actually. By reading God's Word a lot, you will grow, and there will be fruit. He has promised that we will bear fruit if we remain in Him. He will do great things through us. And so to me, it is clear that we are called to walk in His ways, to stay connected, to continue to seek Him, and not just pray one time or sometimes, but that it would be a regular thing, even a lifestyle. And now, maybe you're watching this and you're confused by what I'm talking about. That could be, but if you have never prayed to Jesus before, of course I encourage you to do that. I myself follow Jesus the Messiah. We at the Oasis follow Jesus the Messiah. And we try to do our best, but we're not perfect either, which is, of course, why we need His forgiveness, His continued forgiveness. But I do want you to know that you can find life in Him, and like He said, greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends, which is actually exactly what Jesus did. He gave His life for us. He gave His life for you, for me, willingly, out of love, that we could be forgiven of our sin and shame, the things we've done that we're ashamed of before God, that we know were not what He wanted us to do. Even just an unkind word to a brother or sister, or to our mother and father. These simple examples are not God's will for us. Therefore, we need His forgiveness, and He will restore our honor before Him, restore a connection with Him, that we could be truly connected to the vine instead of completely separated from Him on our own. If this is you, if you're a branch separated, not yet connected to God, not yet connected to Jesus, not yet praying to Jesus, you can start even today to simply pray to Jesus. And it might be for you that it begins by simply asking Jesus, Jesus, who are you? Please show me who you are, that I could follow you. And start to read His Word. Start to seek Him for the truth in Him. And you will get to know Him as you pray to Him. And find true life in Him, just like these branches are connected to the vine for life. You will find true life in Jesus. The good news is, of course, that Jesus also came back to life 3 days after He was killed on the cross. And since He came back to life, therefore we can still pray to Him today. And I just want to encourage you in that, to take these things seriously, think about them, and please don't just click on to the next video on YouTube, which are of course also a temptation because there are endless interesting videos. But I hope that you can take some time to read God's Word, either the Bible itself like this or online. Click on one of the links in the description below to be able to read the Bible through your phone or online and learn more about who Jesus is. I really recommend starting with the New Testament, just reading through what Jesus did, reading through the life of Jesus. That's, I feel, the best place to start to get to know Jesus, by starting with maybe Matthew, Mark, or Luke, and therefore seeking Him. But this wonderful message that we can find new life, we can find forgiveness in Him, is not to just be discarded because it may be something new to you. So please pray about it, seek his truth. And if you already know Jesus, I hope you continue to walk with him and experience him day by day and find his peace and joy. And yes, by knowing that Jesus gave his life for us and rose from the dead on the third day, we can rest assured that he forgives us anytime we turn to him and will encourage us and guide our life. And like these many, many grapevines behind me will come to bear fruit later this year, there will be fruit in your life too, just like we read about in the book of Galatians, chapter 5, where it's written, "The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering," or patience, "kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law," it says. In any land you live in, the fruit of the Spirit can be lived out. But yes, I pray that you will experience these things through Jesus. So may God bless you and encourage you today. All for now, and until next time, see ya.